Bradley Stephen Perry has had to take his career into his own hands since leaving Disney Channel. Most former Disney Channel stars struggle to find work right after leaving the network because a good portion of the stars you saw on Disney back in the day aren't particularly good at real acting.
Sales Rack Sally isn't even clever. If you're going to deface someone's locker, at least make it original.
But even if you are one of the few people from Disney that can actually act, it's nearly impossible to book any respectable role as an adult. It doesn't matter that Bradley killed his role as Gabe Duncan on one of the biggest Disney Channel shows of all time. People refuse to see him as anything other than that.
I remember I went on an audition one time for an HBO show right after I finished Lab Rats, I think. I did the audition and she goes, wow, that was definitely not Disney. And I was almost like, that's fucking rude. That is, would you expect me to come in here and be like, hey,
Starting out on Disney has proven to be both a blessing and a curse for Bradley. The curse part coming from people asking if he's still acting even though he's going out on auditions getting turned down over and over again. When he tried to pursue somewhat of a normal life by going to college and joining a fraternity, he would get goofed on for being the guy that came from Disney Channel, forcing him to take this composite photo. But on the bright side, his Disney background helped him land roles from time to time that were under the Disney umbrella, such as a recurring role in the short-lived ABC sitcom Schooled. He was cast in Adam Sandler's Halloween movie, Hubie Halloween, alongside a bunch of other ex-Disney Channel stars, and also Disney Channel's rated R web series, Welcome to Howler. But aside from that, the amount of work that Bradley was booking right after leaving Disney Channel was underwhelming compared to what he was doing only a few years prior. So once 2022 hit, Bradley decided to take his career into his own hands by forming a podcast with his former Mighty Med co-star and best friend, Jake Short. The podcast had quickly garnered a large audience in such a short amount of time, but after 10 episodes, the show abruptly came to an end. But not to worry, because just 1 year later, they started the podcast back up again, rebranding it with the title The Sit and Chat. On top of that, Bradley has been posting cooking videos to his YouTube channel featuring his famous friends and ex-Disney Channel peers. But as of recently, Bradley Stephen Perry and Jake Short have quit their podcast once again, but this time for a good reason. For the first time in half a decade, Bradley has landed an acting role, as he starred in the Elle Mills directed short film Don't Forget About Me. Regardless to how the short film performs, it'll be something for Bradley to build off of nonetheless because he crushed it. Bradley has all the tools he needs to be successful in Hollywood. He just needs the right opportunity to come his way. I would really like to see him star in something again with Jake Short because you can tell they're actual friends and their comedic chemistry is just unmatched. Perhaps a Step Brothers revival starring them